Hey guys, we're back with another Reddit video. Today we're going to be reviewing your logos and your design work over on my subreddit. We've got 2.4 thousand members. I think that's 200 members more than we had last time. So click the link down below and join the subreddit and start posting your work. This video is brought to you by Full Sail University. All right, so we're going for the top of the week, top of this week, the most upvoted. Here we go. First one, logo design for GMB Fitness online personal trainer. First impressions, I love the monogram. It worked in some areas. In some other areas, it's a bit too complicated. The problem is with monograms is that they can get quite complicated the more we try to fit in them. So as I'm looking around here, it's a great mark. I can really see the M in there. I can see the J and the B. It's very clever, but there might be a bit too much going on. What I'd like to see is take that vertical height and squish it down ever so slightly, only because it's more of a rectangle instead of a square, and logo design generally works better within like a equilateral square. But overall, really like it, dude. You've done a good job. Well done. The next one, Viper design. So simple M logo design for practice. Cool. So because it's done for practice and there's no context, then we don't know whether it works. Now, the analogy I'll give you is like this. I play golf, and when I'm on the driving range, I can be hitting the golf ball really well, but it could be going in any direction. If I'm not actively searching for an aim point that I'm trying to get to, it doesn't matter how well I hit the ball if I can't get it to where I want it to go. Now, the same is with logo design and practice. You've created a really nice icon here, but we don't know whether it hits the mark or whether it's heading towards the creative brief. You could be the best logo designer, but if you can't actually create a logo to do with a brief and solve a problem, then it's not going to be a good logo for that company. Aside from that, overall impressions, I like it. What I don't like though is this part in here. So you see this part here, it should be curved. It shouldn't have the same as this because we've got a curved segment here. This one works because it's a full square, so it's very geometrical. This one doesn't, because the negative space that we're seeing here is like this weird triangle thing, and it doesn't work. So this needs to follow this curve as well. If you do that, it would look really good. Or even if you just got rid of this and just had an N there, it'd look amazing. Micro worlds by me. Now I've seen these. This is really exciting. That is insane. Look at that. It's like, it looks like cake. Bell Canyon, dude, this looks unreal. I love stuff like this. It's very minimal, and seeing the Earth's core underneath, you know, all that stuff, the crust and everything. Super neat. Stonehenge. I don't like this one as much simply because it looks a bit too square. I like this one because it's got a bit of rigid in there. I love that. But I love the way that you've presented this as well. Dude, I'm going to have to give you an award for this. So I'm going to give you the 500 award. Well done. I have a game development studio called Ghost Studios. It's founded by me. By no means am I a logo designer. I'm a game developer, but I enjoy logo design. So that's something I do in my free time. I think this logo is pretty good, but let me know what your thoughts are. I hope you like it. Cool. So let's have a look. This is what we're here for. So game development studio. First things first about the actual icon up here. There's way too much going on. Nowadays with game studio logos, we're seeing very simplistic ideas. Now the problem that you've got here is that you're very literal. So the problem that most beginner logo designers make is that we make something ridiculously literal. So for instance, Apple is a computer company. Although they are called Apple and they have an apple in the logo, you don't see any devices in their logo. With Nike, you don't see any clothing in the logo. Don't be literal, it's your face. So with this, I would literally stick with one of these. So either the X, the triangle, or the O, you know, for when you're the buttons, the gaming buttons, I'll stick with one of them. Also, you've sort of marketed yourself, you segmented yourself into the console genre because of using the buttons for the PS4 or 5. The S here on the studios and the Ghost is not very nice. When you scale that down very low, you won't be able to see it very well. It's not very legible or professional. And the H, it's just too much of a stylized typography. I would choose something a bit cleaner. Although in the game studio space, you can have things a bit more stylized. Either get rid of these buttons here or put the actual shapes on the cube itself instead of creating these unnecessary borders for these buttons. Okay, next one. Gourmet restaurant with S fast food-ish concept. Okay, no worries. First impressions, I really love the typography. It stands out. I like it how it's bold. A lot of places like bold typography nowadays, and that's not a bad thing at all. I think it really stands out. One thing I don't like though, or not say that I don't like, but that you can improve on, in fact, is you see the icon, it's rounded. Why is it rounded? You can see it more down here. There's a bigger disparity. Oh wow, this is a big picture. You can see that the typography here is like blocked, so it's squared, and then the corners and the ends, so the miters of the icon are circular, and you don't want that. The reason why, it just gets rid of continuity. So to create more continuity and to make this look a little bit more professional, I would increase the stroke width of the icon or decrease the weight of the typography to match them together, because right now the icon looks very thin and the typography looks out of place, although I do love the logo type. I love the colors and I love the concept. Just do those two things and you'll be fine. Branding project for a tourism agency based in Istanbul, Turkey. So first of all, I just want to say I love the icon. The icon works by itself and you've done a great job. I don't like the icon being like in the logo type. I think you've done too much. The logo type is now way too complicated. I love the way you presented this though, and all these assets here make it look like part of the company, although it does look like TUI, which is another travel company, because you use the same colors. This is better. This is so much better, just the icon. What I would suggest to do for this is keep that icon, just the red, you know, the plain and the red, and then have a professional typeface, something like Gotham, sans serif, very clean, Gilroy, and I have the actual brand name at the bottom of it. That would just make it a bit more functional. But dude, I love the icon, so I'm going to give you a small reward of 50. Well done. Before I go into the next one, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, Full Sail University. If you want to pursue your career in design, but you don't know where to start, then I would urge you to check out Full Sail University. Full Sail's graphic design and digital arts and design degree programs cover all things design, from logo development, branding, and user experience to motion graphics and animation. The degrees are offered on campus and online and are in an accelerated format to get you into the field faster, with hands-on project, industry explained faculty, and professional software. You'll be prepared to pursue your passion. Full Sail grads have gone on to work as graphic designers, UX consultants, creative directors, and even CEOs of their own agencies, working with companies like Google, ESPN, McDonald's, Apple, Coke, Disney, and more. If you want to find out more about these design programs and how to get started, visit fullsail.edu/Will Paterson. Okay, next one. Hi there, I am GafX. I've been doing logo designing for 1.5 years now, and this is my first post in here. Nice to meet you. I have a design and a letter, G&F combined minimalistic initial logo. So you're a logo designer, and I'm guessing this is for you, so G&F. So I don't see the F in here. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. It kind of looks more like an owl eye to me. First impressions, I love the way that you presented this. Very well done. It's a very minimal logo. I like that a lot. One thing that you need to keep in mind though, can I zoom in? Jordan, zoom in, enhance again. Okay, so you see this little lip here. So where the circle is, you've got this sort of a boulder coming out here. That needs to be changed. You need to fix that because it needs to be a straight line there. You don't want any of these weird shapes. Also, another thing, you've rounded some corners and you haven't rounded the ones down here. So there's like, I know for a fact there's an anchor point that shouldn't be there, but it's right there. I can see it's right there, the anchor point, right there. You need to get rid of it. I love the way that the app icon works as well, dude. Keep this one here. I love the green, the sort of neon green point there. It really drives focus to the logo. The next one, a boat booking app logo mark. Okay, so first impressions, this is good. There's a few things you need to work on though. I like the idea of it, but when I first see that, I don't see a boat. I see something overhead and I don't know why. What I love is that you've taken the idea, the line and the silhouette of a boat and made it so simple, but yet I think this is one of those things where the execution hasn't been done correctly. And the one part that's making me fall away from the love of this design is the symmetry. You've got symmetry everywhere aside from this one here, which I totally understand because it's the idea of a sail. What I would suggest though is to increase this ever so slightly so it fits in line to here, to the negative part here. I love the color that you've got going on here and the idea. It just works well, but maybe just fiddle around with it so it doesn't look too symmetrical in one area and then not in the other. It kind of like throws off the balance. But overall, as a logo icon, I can't see why this wouldn't work functionally. Rate this logo, please. I will. Aesthetics, 10 out of 10. Functionality, 0. Antique furniture shop, bronze jackpot international. So I understand the logo. It's great. What I love is vintage typography, and also, wait, I just said typography, really weird there. Typography. I love vintage typography. I also love vintage illustrations like these line works. They're so cool. There's so much history to them, and I've looked at thousands of them, tried to replicate them over the years. I love the appropriateness of this as well, but the functionality is not there. Try and get that printed on someone's t-shirt or on a hat. I guess it is an antique shop logo, but what I love is this down here, the bronze jackpot international. You see these lines here? Thin out those lines a little bit. I love the typography you've got going on here. It's very rustic. It's not minimal. It's very hard hitting, which I like. And I love the Q. That Q is the one thing that's making this work. Having this in the logo, if it was upright, would actually create a bit more, well, not less of a distraction, but a bit more ornamental side to the design, which is what you want. I love the actual vintage look here. I mean, it is vectorized. You can see it's been image traced in from an image. I do like it. It's nice. I would like to see established here. So EST dot, 1920 or something over here, just to fill out this blank space on these two sides. But I love the composition that you've got going on there. Well done. The last one, logo and app concept, Vectod. So this is a vector art app on your iPhone. I love the mock-ups. The logo is there. It looks very, very futuristic, but I love the app here. It looks amazing with this sort of color splash there. It really shows off the phone, so you're really marketing the phone. The logo itself, it works. It's just the V is way too big. I don't know what it is. Is there any way you can decrease the V? I love the app icon, it works, although it is not centered, unfortunately. You need to get that centered. That dot needs to be in the middle. When you have something like this, the negative space needs to be centered to the positive space. By that, I mean that you've got to see what's not there and center out what's not there to balance it out in something that is there. So my suggestion for this, get this dot right in the middle here, and it would look 10 times better. Now, I'm going to bet that you've done this already by the time I've said this. So I'm going to give you an award anyway. We'll give you the 100, and I want to see that finished and done. Upload it again. Now, if you want to watch another one of these videos, you can. There is one being uploaded every week now. And of course, you can put up your own designs for completely free. Links in the description. Go ahead and click there. This is the next video you can watch. If you're new to this channel, please press the red subscribe button. It will do me the world of good, and also means that you get to see more of these videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.